So, Jasper, we're reviewing the 9th episode of the 6th season of Vikings.
I did not watch it.
Oh wait, I forgot to do that. My name's Alex Campbell.
I'm fucking Jasper.
You're fucking Jasper. So we didn't watch Vikings.
No, it's not. No one's engaged at this point.
Well, yeah, I don't know whether it's absolute pus, but I'm definitely not engaged. I'm not engaged in where the narrative is going. And, I don't know, is it... It seems like everything I'm reviewing is just turning to bitter ashes in my
And
mouth.
especially late because we just watched Picard. And then attempted to watch Vikings, and Picard was a fucking slog.
It's like going to a funeral and like, okay, we're going to another funeral after this. Not only is your grandma
And then
dead,
trying to review it.
and that's what we should start doing.
Reviewing
funeral reviews. So I think maybe instead of reviewing the specific narrative elements because you didn't watch it, and like I watched it.
There was like a scene, and Lagertha was on the ground, and her shield was all like cut to pieces.
So basically,
and she'd lost a sword, and it was like, okay, let's end this. And then she gets up and stabs the guys and kills him, and then she's hailed by all the other bitches as being the greatest shield made. And it's like, oh, I'm not.
So basically, drags and the drags.
This is worse than a fucking Marvel movie.
I mean, some of those, as far as film goes, some of those movies are constructed well.
Oh yeah.
Like Iron Man 1, Guardians of the Galaxy, like they get the basic idea of like a 3-act structure and characters and dialogue and narrative, correct? Where I don't know whether this show has necessarily failed in like a slow drama, but something about dwelling on this pointless character has just like lost my involvement completely.
Yeah. I'm not invested in any of the characters. None of them have the same...
Bjorni, Uber,
Bjorni could have done it. Bjorni definitely could have done it, but they just haven't... They didn't do anything with him. He's been totally... Agency. That was the word that I was trying to look for earlier in the Picard review. He has no agency, right? Like he is incapable of really affecting the world around him.
Which is silly because he's the Picard.
Either of them,
Picard or the
right?
king
like either of them,
Kattegat.
they are ships who are adrift in the storm at sea. They're not the driving force of the narrative.
We want to watch, the archetypical hero's journey.
Yeah, that was fucking Ragnar. Ragnar was actually making decisions
that had
consequences and was driving the narrative forward. None of these characters are doing that. None of them.
No.
Lagertha's decisions are totally like, it doesn't matter if she saves this village. This village is literally nothing. It's utterly inconsequential. The only person who's actually made any consequential decisions has been the big Buddha guy. What's his name? What's the big fucking... Olaf. Yeah. He's the other one who went, I'm going to actually make a decision that will change the course of the narrative and allow for a king to rise above me.
Yeah.
And he's the only one who's actually, since Ragnar's been dead, he's the only one who's actually been able to go, okay, I am going to take it upon myself to actively shape the world around me.
Yeah. Well, Ivar had his moment, and then he just he retreated and he defeated and he went to Olaf.
Well,
and now he's scheming behind Olaf's back, but even that is so slow and tedious.
But even Ivar just had Kattegat. Kattegat was already a thing. Like he didn't change that.
Yeah, that's true.
He just maintained the status quo.
Ragnar went from the farmer to the king of the society,
establishing Kattegat, to creating it, turning it into like an actual city fortification, going from that to England, and then creating a beachhead in it. Like he
an isolated society which was going about its own thing, farming and warring, to a society that now has discovered the wide world and now started to plunder this new world.
Yeah, the reason.
What is the new world?
Yeah.
Russia?
No, they've done that before.
So what is the new? There is no new world. There is no new things to explore.
It's not so much that there's no new things to explore. It's that. So I play war games.
You better not.
Infrequently.
On the computer.
No, tabletop war games.
Board games.
Not board games. I said war games.
War games. Okay. I'm not here to judge.
And one of the things is that if you are constantly reacting to your opponent, you're losing. Right?
Okay.
That's a good way to gauge where you are, because it's not always just glancing at the table. It's not always apparent who's winning. But if you find yourself only reacting to what your opponent's done, you're on the losing foot. You're backpedaling.
Everything's becoming overwhelming, and you need to be
taking initiative, and you need to be forcing your opponent to react to you. That's a good way to sort of get a feel for whether or not you're being dominant in the game. And that's what we do not see with any of the characters. None of them are taking any sort of initiative. None of them are
to further society, to
do anything.
trade, to
do
further
anything.
travel, further exploration.
Even just their own game.
Even just to further their characters. Who are their characters? What is Bjorn's character? What is the next
Bjorn hasn't
step?
done anything. Why didn't Bjorn fucking get up and what's the guy that's now king of all Norway? Harold, right? Why didn't Bjorn was like, alright, you fucked me over, I'm gonna duel you right here. Because we'd already established that Harold was going to be king. It had been established fucking 4 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Right? It was already
the setup
established.
For the character was,
so, as much as you could say that Harold took the initiative and worked behind Bjorn's back and made all the Machiavellian deals to establish himself as king, all of that had already been foreshadowed.
Set up.
All of that had already been set up. So it's nothing new.
Yeah. The funny thing is, we're reviewing the 9th episode, right? You've seen half of the 5th episode. And everything you're saying about these stagnant characters is still completely relevant. Completely! Everything you're saying about the status and nature of these characters moving forward in this narrative is still completely relevant.
So it's just they've just lost all
drive. Well, I don't know. Pace is a funny thing because, like, you look at some seasons of The Sopranos, and there is no real narrative drive or pace, but it's a character piece. And it's about the acting. It's about the.
And we don't have that here. That's never been present.
No, if the narrative.
Not to the degree of like fucking Sopranos.
No. And like there are some slow seasons of Vikings. Like the half of season 3 of Vikings is Ragnar on drugs, but it's all immensely compelling. And then the next half is fucking the Raid of Paris. It's like, what do we have here? Lagatha.
And her exploits in the mud with her peasant army.
So basically,
you know, like that scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I watched that the other day.
When the king goes past, he's like, oh, that's a king. He's like, how do you know? Well, he's not covered in shit. All Lagatha and all her followers are covered in shit. Like they are mud farmers. Who cares about the fucking mud farmers?
Lagatha's story was done so long ago. Her narrative was wrapped up in Ragnar's ascent. I'm sorry if I'm sexist. But my only...
It's not so much about sexism. It's about...
She is the woman behind the man.
You wanted her to be a character still. Fine. Give her a position that's actually impactful.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like Carmela, when she divorces Tony, when she moves away and she's like, you know, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck this mobster shit. Take my fucking wedding ring back. This is fucking
she goes,
painful with fucking blood.
She goes
fucks the teacher and she's like, wait, this guy's a beta cock. I want to fuck this alpha male who curve stomps people.
No.
That's what she comes to.
No. She goes to the fucking lawyer and she's like, I want half. And the lawyer's like, okay, well, where does he get his money from? And she's like, well, he's a fucking mobster.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, so you're...
Are we doing this?
No, so you're, you are... She was basically incriminated along with him.
Yeah. And then also what's going to happen to your children?
Yeah.
Are they going to
guilty
college?
by association.
Yeah,
it's like you stood by and allowed all this to happen.
Yeah.
So you're just as guilty as what he is. And
yeah.
she was like, okay, well, I've got to go back to him.
Yeah. And then after that, she goes and fucks that teacher.
Yeah.
And she's just like, you're a teacher.
You're
and you're still a douchebag.
He had heated floors.
Yeah, Tony had flaws. The teacher had flaws.
Yeah, but the teacher had heated floors.
Heated floors? What does that mean?
Well, there was a scene where they get out of the shower and the floors were heated, and she's like, "Oh, it's so luxurious. The floors are heated."
It's like heated.
Yeah, but that was an important thing for her.
Yeah.
Right, because she was this person who lived this luxurious lifestyle, and this guy had a particular luxury that Tony didn't.
Yeah.
And it was like, your floors are heated, and it was like, well, is it really worth heated fucking floors?
Yeah, but she wasn't attracted to the teacher.
No.
She was briefly until she understood who the teacher was.
Yes.
She was attracted to the guy that curve stomped that cunt after he fucking made sexual advances towards her daughter.
Yeah.
She was attracted to the monster.
Yeah.
Which a lot of women are.
Maybe.
I think they are.
I don't know a lot of women. I don't know if that's come across.
Jasper, obviously you're a stud. of a male out there just slogging your seed into every woman that comes past, taking note of them.
Yes.
No, but that is a thing. Women are attracted to the sociopath. The dominant,
that's
the
monster,
to the gangster.
That's a story.
I believe it's real in psychology. I believe Peterson's talked about it, right? Like Charles Manson and Ted Bundy, like there were women just throwing themselves out there.
I think that's a little bit different though. But the thing that Peterson has talked about is that women want to, the very minimum, associate with men who are at least parallel to them in the dominance hierarchy.
Yeah, they're not attracted to people who are lower than them in the dominance hierarchy. Which is fair enough. I mean,
makes sense.
From a biological standpoint, they're committing to bearing the child of this person. It's not just a 9-month commitment, it's like a 20-year commitment. Like, who are you having a kid with?
Yeah.
Is it Tony Soprano or is it fucking Witzek? Who would you rather have a kid with? So I would much rather be plowed by Tony Soprano.
Steady supply of magic mushrooms.
But would you want to be pregnant to his child?
I've never been pregnant before.
Could you imagine yourself being pregnant to Witzek's child?
No, I can't imagine
Could you imagine yourself being pregnant to Tony Soprano's child?
Maybe.
You fucking slut!
Wait. Tony Soprano or fucking James Gandolfini?
I mean, they're one and the same, right?
Well, maybe.
What are we working here towards? Do we have a fancy for James Gandolfini?
I don't know.
I mean, he was a slob, but
he was a gorgeous.
Now this is what we're really getting to here. This is the review.
Goon and the Sopranos. You guys.
We have a history with Goon and the Sopranos.
You have no idea.
You guys have no idea about
absolutely no idea.
Goon history with the Sopranos. 89 episodes.
Oh, the whole thing. We watched the whole thing.
We watched every episode.
Drunk as
on
fuck.
Goon.
On Goon.
Like 6 years ago. Yeah. I remember it all culminated and Sarah kicked you out and you came to stay at my house for like 2 nights. And you're like, yeah, I kept on talking about the Sopranos. And you're like, can we watch the first episode of The Sopranos? I'm like, okay, you're probably going to find it fucking boring.
Yeah.
Put it on. I'm like, do you want to watch the next episode? You're like, yeah, let's watch the next episode.
Yeah.
We watched like 3 episodes and the next one, well, let's keep on watching.
Yeah, and then every time we were together, you would bring the whole DVD case.
We'd drag it to parties with like your sister and her friends.
And we would sit down and watch it.
We'd drink to like 11 o'clock at night.
Where everybody else would go to bed.
Yeah, well, right, we're watching The Sopranos now. We're partying. Okay, we're watching The Sopranos now.
Yeah, go fuck off.
There are all these great old shows, but like I can't go back and do a review on The Sopranos or like early Vikings or anything. Like no, I can't. And we couldn't sit down and review The Sopranos.
Shit.
We couldn't. That's too much.
No, it'd need to be broken up episodes, and there'd need to be spaces in between.
We could do
episodes.
a season. We could watch like season 1 over like a month period, then like review season 1. But like, I feel like, what are we doing here reviewing Vikings? Like, none of us want to be here. Not even the audience.
I mean, I don't blame them.
That's reasonable. That's increasingly reasonable. What are we doing with our lives, Jasper?
I know.
What are we doing with our lives?
It petered out. It petered out.
It's definitely petered out.
And yeah, you need to come up with something else to fucking.
I don't know.
Because Picard ain't it.
You don't find enjoyment in reviewing the tedious.
I mean, we're gonna review Picard. Right, we are gonna review Picard.
Well,
but it's not like it's not our next Sopranos.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
So
it's not
The
our
Expanse.
Sopranos. The Expanse is good.
The Expanse is the obvious next.
Yeah, that's the obvious next one. But other than that,
I feel like the Rogan thing is such a better format, but I can't just create a podcast. Like no one clicks on these things when they're framed as sci-fi reviews, let alone when they're filmed as just Jasper and Alex sit in a room and talk.
yeah, that's fair. No
But
one's
like,
interested in either of our opinions.
I feel like
the reason why Rogan gets clicked on is because you're interested in Rogan's opinion, but then maybe his.
Well, nobody knows us.
I don't know about you, but I hate as soon as I realise that his guest is another comedian, I just click off of it.
I kind of watch everyone religiously.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apart from the MMA ones, some of the MMA ones.
I don't watch those ones either.
Some of them are like, oh, it's the story of the person.
Mm-hmm.
Other ones are talking about MMA. I'm like, I don't know who or what you're talking about. But no, I don't know. But like, there was an MMA one the other day where they're talking about like boxing, and all of a sudden he's like, I need to tell you this thing. I was molested. And then all of a sudden, like, it takes this fucking left turn.
Yeah, I understand that happens. I do know that happens, and I miss out on that. But
we're talking about
time
bullshit.
and how much time you have to spend on, like, fucking Joe Rogan podcasts.
All the time in the world, because I'm unemployed now, Jasper. But then, like...
You're gonna start eating nothing but elk steak?
Yeah, man, I'm on the carnivore diet. I'm just, I've started my, fucking open mic nights, starting to go to open mic nights. Yeah. This hairline is receding, to be honest.
I mean,
I might as well shave
I don't know, there's mine. We had this discussion a while ago where I pulled up that picture.
I don't know.
It's like, it's not entirely obvious. I think my hairline's been receding like at this point for the last fucking at least 5 years.
Billy Connolly's hairline receded from when he was 30 to when he was 70, but he's not bald. He has hair.
But my dad's pretty bald.
My dad's pretty bald too. Should we just shave our heads and get sleeves
If the
and eat elk and do DMT?
the coronavirus comes, I'm gonna have to shave my beard off.
Why?
Because I won't be able to wear a face mask.
Oh, because it'll break the air seal.
Yeah.
I mean, this is obviously a different thing. The equivalent to your beard would be my hair, but I shaved for work the other day, then they fired me. Because they forced me to wear a beard now. I'm like, fuck you! My beard is terrible.
Really? They forced you to wear a beard?
Dude, the amount of tedium and red tape and bureaucracy around every single action within that place was ridiculous.
That's silly.
I've worked in like high-end restaurants for like 6 years with like lines of 7 chefs with big beards making food. Do you know how many times a meal has come back with a beard hair in it? 0.
Oh, if it was me, it'd be heaps. There was like a beard hair on your seat before you got in the car this afternoon that was like that long.
Were you embarrassed about that?
No, but I saw it and I was like, oh.
How do you know it wasn't a head hair?
No, they're a different shape. They're kind of a bit more curlier. They're thicker and more wiry.
Yeah. I mean, my head hair falls out all the time. But like, I feel like Mark's hair is, like that long, like that's somewhat noticeable. But my hair is like, it's this big curly red mess. This is like that scene from Lord of the Rings where
Have a look at that hair. Look how thick it is.
It's like a it's thicker than my pubes.
It's like a fucking piece of wire or something.
Focus. Focus! I don't think it's gonna focus. But yeah, it has more testosterone in it than my pubic hair. It's like a piece of wire.
I know, I'm trying to grow it out though.
You want it like long?
I just want cause I want the...
Yeah, so you can put it in like a nice, neat...
Well, I want to be able to plait. I want to be able to plait my mustache. That's what I want to do, that's my goal. It's be able to plait my mustache. That would be amazing. Could you think about how cool it would be to have like the Viking beard rings and then like plaits?
That would be pretty fucking
That'd
cool.
be fucking awesome.
That would be amazing. That would be pretty cool. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I just got fired. Or maybe I should cut my hair short and get like a stylish modern haircut. And
you should get facial tattoos.
I don't have the money though, that's the thing. I mean, I could get Ash to do them for cheap. That
is a perfect idea.
Like King Harold
like
style.
Teardrops.
No, like,
oh, okay,
like
yeah,
all
yeah,
the swirly
yeah.
whirlies.
Like the
yeah, and then start applying for jobs. And if they say, or if there's like any hesitance,
get Ashley to tattoo your eyeballs.
With the proper stuff, or with just like
just like Steve's fucking
electric
toothbrush gun. Yeah.
I need Steve to show you guys his electric toothbrush acid tattoos one time.
They do actually move.
Under the right circumstances, yes. But he did them while he was on acid.
Yeah.
That guy has lived in some Russian prisons.
He's a character.
He is a character. I feel like on camera he tries to be like subdued and analytical and Stargate and Stargate SG-1. But really like that...
Is that your Picard?
I think that was Sean Connery.
Oh, okay.
Small nuclear devices. Indiana. Stop it, Indiana.
Pipping these 50 yards.
But really, like, I don't know, could this just evolve into a podcast and nobody watches rather than sci-fi reviews and nobody watches?
I don't know.
What could it be, Jasper? What are we doing? Where are we moving? What is happening?
I don't know, man. It's your fucking channel. I'm trying to learn Blender.
We'll talk about that on camera for 40 minutes. Or are we done?
I don't know. I don't think fun. I'm pretty happy if you catch my drift.
I do catch your drift. If your drift is a stream and we're streaming through the drift.
I got a fish.
Well, if this was a podcast, right?
Right.
And I was just like, I'm gonna go there, get the wine actually. You entertain the crowd while...
I got a piss. I've got a piss.
Don't touch me! It's been degrading to this point for a while now, lads. I'm sorry. I wanted this to be a cohesive, intellectual, analytical review for Vikings. We didn't even watch it! We couldn't even sit through it. I don't know what this, or Vikings, or who I am anymore. And I know that nobody's watching at this point. I know that Jasper's laughing while he's peeing. But maybe we could just let this go for a little longer and see where it goes. Maybe.
What'd you say about me, you cunt?
Can't say cunt. So I think the battery. Oh, this is all on camera. What is? You drinking game from a box, like a wild beast. This is definitely in the 3-year best of Dissecting Who anniversary. So, would you be interested if maybe we just got together and it was kind of thinly veiled as a Picard review, but then it was kind of just a 3-hour Rogan podcast?
I mean, I feel like...
I don't think Steve would.
I feel obliged to at least watch the Picard review.
Yeah, we should at least, like we just did with Vikings, at least watch Vikings. We didn't watch Vikings.
No, we didn't. We got halfway through
one
episode 5, and we're trying to get up to 9.
We will review episode 10 though in 2 weeks.
Alright.
You don't need to watch anything up until that point. This is not even reviews at this point in time. So if this was just like a free-form conversation type thing, what would we talk about?
Oh, how would you frame it? And yeah, what would we talk about? And who's your Jamie?
I don't have a young Jamie.
I mean, what are you doing?
I know. I mean, I know a guy named Jamie who's done reviews on this channel. His name's Jamie.
Yeah, but that guy's a bit sketchy.
I mean, he's not young Jamie. He's kind of old Jamie. We're all kind of old now. Old Alex, old Jasper, old Steve, old Mark. We're moving into the twilight of our lives. We're moving into the twilight of our lives. And how old are you now, Jasper? 32?
No, what the fuck?
37? How do you foresee the next decade of your life? Because I feel like my 20s was just like sitting in a garage drinking beer, reviewing Star Trek.
I have like things that I want to do, but I can see myself not achieving any of them.
I had that feeling just over the last week. I'm like, I need to do all of this stuff, and then I'm like, I don't want to do any of this stuff.
Well, it's even like I want to achieve all of these, not all of these things, but these specific like 2 goals. But it's
in the next decade.
Yeah.
Well, what are they? If you don't
buy a house and be able to work independently without needing a boss.
That's the dream, Jasper. We're not gonna accomplish.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like they're like realistic, but at the same time, I can see myself literally failing at them.
Yeah. I mean, mine are like get a license and get a job, and I can see me failing at them. And just
in 10 years, then I told you we can do the driving thing, man.
No, actually, that's fucking bullshit. Like, I could definitely get my license. Like, I ran a fucking marathon. That shit was fucking intense and crazy and impossible. Started running again. Running is not like riding, eh? I ride my regular, like, 6K route to work. I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm like, this is fucked. Even 6K for me now is like, this is
start
hectic.
running again.
Yeah.
We need to start running. We need to start working out again, too.
The marathon is coming up in, like, 4 months.
We're not doing it.
I could do it. I could definitely run a marathon.
I'm fat. I just had a steak.
I pinned down my physiology the other day. Kind of fit and kind of fat. It's like a clothing line. I'm like, but yeah, no, it's definitely possible for me to get my license. No, I should definitely get my license and get a job. That's what I should do. Rather than not do anything and let Ash leave and then hang myself.
Or decide what set of skills you want to develop to turn into an income.
My sister's a police officer and I thought about that. But 1, I need to get my license. 2, the hours are horrible.
No, you don't want to be a police officer.
3, the pay is terrible. 4, there's a lot of paperwork. 5, I'm terrible with confrontation.
And PTSD.
And I don't like people or talking to people, let alone chasing people and shooting people and telling them, ding dong, your son's dead.
I've been trying to explain this to William because William's all like, oh, it's like you're in grade 7 next year. It's high school.
Don't fucking burden him with that shit. Just let him waste his life like the rest of us.
No, that's what I've been saying. It's like, okay, you're a kid now because this is not what was told to me. This is not what was told to me. This was not told to me. I've been trying to say to him, pick a thing. Pick a thing and work at that thing. If it's guitar, fine. If it's fucking writing stories, fine. It doesn't matter.
It's become a plumber.
Once you come out of school, you're able to do something at least.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Develop a path.
A skill.
A skill
set, ideally.
Yeah.
A marketable skill set.
So not a painter or a guitarist.
A painter can be a marketable skill set.
The ratio for that is ridiculous though.
Depends on what type of painting we're talking about.
We're talking about painting models?
No, that's not a thing.
Well, even painting landscapes or portraits.
Yeah, that's not a thing either. But
so what do you want to? Oh, like a house painter.
Or you want to add that with maths, and all of a sudden you're a draftsman.
Wait, what? House painting plus maths?
No, painting, drawing, art, and maths, and you're a draftsman,
like a draftsman like horse and carriage.
And you're going into like engineering and shit. right? So there are ways to do that, to pursue that.
I needed a father to kick my ass and say, get your license and become a plumber.
Yeah, that's fair. But that was already too late. This is what I was trying to say to him. It's like, if you don't pick a path now...
It's too late for me now, but...
I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about William, who's in grade 6. It's like, if you pick a path now, if you don't pick a path now, when you come out of high school, you're going to have to go into a trade. And that's my type of job.
Yeah.
And my type of job you're not going to like, because it's not fun.
I see like your career though as kind of like a stable, solid background.
It's very stable.
From like where I'd like to be, because I've just been like all over the fucking shop.
Yeah, no, it's very stable.
But isn't that what you want? Like, you're not going to get anything that like fulfills you or engages you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not.
You want him to, or he's not going to?
I want him to. I would like him to forge his own path. Right?
I mean,
that's what I'd want for him to do. That's not what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
I'm following the path that was set by my father.
Oh, see, I'm the guy who didn't have a path set forth by his father. It was like, I wish I had my father set that path forth for me, because now I'm like fucking 29 and no career aspirations.
Yeah. So instead, what I would like for William, instead of that scenario, I would like for the father to be, you need to now, at fucking age 11, start to forge your path. And pick your path and stick to it and propel him along it. I don't know that it'll work. Like raising kids is an experiment.
Yeah.
Because I've had this conversation with my dad.
Yeah.
Trying to work out, it's like, okay, what industry should he go into?
Yeah.
How should we lead him?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want him to follow in my footsteps.
And you're like, I don't want him to follow in my footsteps.
And Dad's like, well, yeah, I don't want him to become a fucking panel beater. Or a spray painter.
Is every avenue of life tragic and depressing?
It's fucked. Yeah, you don't want to.
You work a day job and you die.
You wouldn't fucking
wish it upon your child.
Those sites of trades on your worst enemy, man. They're fucking terrible.
Holy fuck! You wouldn't wish those types of trades upon your worst enemy. That's hectic.
No.
So yeah, like you want to be an entrepreneur. Is that possible?
Looking like, so for instance, my trade very soon will be replaced by battery operated machines. Okay, so the small engines are going to be a thing of the past. 20 years time, my trade won't exist.
So you'll be 50.
Dad's trade, he's a panel beater spray painter. That's all been replaced by just replacing whole sections of cars. Right, they're just part swappers.
Yeah, so it's not wise to get a child into.
So it's not that there's
plumbing,
no
electrician. That's it's all IT and shit.
It's not. But IT's oversaturated as well.
So what do we tell our children?
What do we
tell our children to do, Jasper?
We don't have a skill set and a knowledge base to pass on to them. And it's like, okay, well, kid, you're going to have to figure this out because I don't have a skill set that I can pass on to you that's going to be even remotely applicable.
This is a tragic set of circumstances.
This is why I'm trying to learn Blender.
This is why I'm trying to monetize YouTube videos.
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's tragic. Here's a call to arms. Think of it like that. Here's a call to adventure.
What are you going to do?
Here's an opportunity. It's not necessarily well, no, for him. I'm fucked. Yeah, you're gone, mate. You're gone. We're talking about him. So we're talking about Ella.
What could I?
What is Ella going to go into? Because she's going to have a job, right?
I have no idea, man.
Hopefully she takes after her mother in that regard, not you.
And what, just works some dead end job?
Or just fucking
sits on her phone at night.
Yeah, I mean you would
fades into the.
Would you wish that upon your kid? It'd essentially be like Carmen.
No, but then I wouldn't wish me upon her either. The fucking tortured individual who doesn't fit into the cog of society, who also is like struggling to figure out their place constantly until they're 30. I'd be like,
desperately filming yourself in front of a fucking camera to try and seek validation from the universe.
I mean, this was Once Upon a Time reviews.
And now we're reviewing Alex.
The battery's about to die. We should wrap this up. Can we wrap this up with any conclusion?
I don't know that we can.
What is the future? And how do we combat our children getting jobs?
Oh, I don't know.
That's my wrap-up sentence. No. Quantize this complex idea into one sentence. Jasper, go. You fucking piece of shit.
The world is fucked.
And we're all gonna die. So, you should all have fun.
Good night.